Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is Dr. Ahmad Al Faris. Today we are going to answer another question about thermal physics for the IGCSE Cambridge syllabus. Today the question is from the year February-March 2020. Okay, question number 5. If you look to this question, we will find out that in this question that talks about the way of transferring heat by conduction, convection, and radiation, and they ask about more details about these questions. Way to transfer heat. Look here in this question. As we know that when reading any question, we have to look to the given that we have it. نطلع على الأشياء اللي بعطونا إياها. نشوف شو السؤال بده. دائما لأنه فهم السؤال هو نصف الإجابة. بعدين نشوف شو القوانين أو الرولز أو الفاكتس that we have to say it ونحطها in common sequence language عشان نقدر ناخد العلامة إن شاء الله. So here, let's read the question together. What they said. They said, part A, question 5, complete sentences with words that describe the main process of thermal energy transfer in each case. تمام. بدنا نحكي عن transfer of heat. A man goes for a walk on a cold day. تمام. He touches a metal gate, okay, which removes thermal energy from his hand. So the energy transfer from the hand to the metal gold, okay? He loses energy. He will feel it's cold, okay? He will feel that it's cold, the metal gate. By what? Because he touched it. There is conduction, okay? So by conduction, because there is transfer of heat through solid object, between solid objects. Now, conduction happens between solid objects, convection happens through fluids, radiation happens between surfaces by infrared radiation or by heat radiation. So this is the first part. He holds the side of a cup containing a hot drink, okay? His hand gain, not lose, okay? Not remove. Gain, okay? His hand gain thermal energy by what? Now that means the energy is transferred from the hot drink to his hand also by touching, so we are going to talk about something called conduction, okay? Third statement, okay? Some farm workers have lit a fire, okay? The man warms his hand, okay, by the side of the fire, not above, side the fire. His hand gain thermal energy. Now, because we are talking about heating source like a fire that transfer heat by light or by heat energy or by infrared radiation, we are talking about what? Radiation. That's for part A, we get the 3 marks. Part B, describe. Now, usually when they ask you to describe, they give you what we are going to describe in terms of forces, describe in terms of momentum. Here, describe in terms of particles. What will happen to the particles? Okay. Describe in terms of particles the transfer of thermal energy through the metal of the gate after transfer from the hand. Okay. Now we are talking about the energy transfer through metal. That means we are talking about what? Conduction inside what? Inside the metal. Now what's happening here? Because we're talking about conduction, we're talking about atoms gain energy and they start vibrating, lattice ions, okay, that start vibrating and collide to the neighbor molecules. So one by one, the energy is transferred, okay? So for example, if this is the atom here and there's another atom and a third atom, this atom, it's vibrate and collide with this and transfer energy from one molecule to the other, from one atom to the other as kinetic energy. So and the heat is transferred and the temperature for the whole metal get higher. So what's happening here? Not only the atoms vibrate, also the electrons gain energy and move from molecule to another, from atom to another. So they transfer heat through the molecules of the metal. So what we're going to say, as the atoms gain energy gain energy. They vibrate more and collide to the neighbor molecules to transfer heat with the free electrons that move between them, or anything that I just explained before, or I will send it this another answer that I will send it. So we have several answers to explain here. None of the students in the world will write exactly the same words and exactly the same idea. That's why I keep repeating the answering by different ways so we can understand it, not only memorize it. That's for part B. Also, we get 2 marks. In part C here, the last part of the question, what is it? See, the figure shows a car on a shiny day on a hot country. Okay, so I'll talk about radiation, shiny, hot country. Okay, the object labeled A, they have put something to protect heat. Okay, to pass through. The object labeled A is placed inside a windscreen. It is used by the owner of the car to reduce the temperature rise in the air inside the car, of the air inside the car. Ring, put a circle. Ring the most suitable material of all the outer surface object A. Explain your choices. Now, I don't want to make the air inside this car hot. If I put it black, okay, that means it will absorb the most radiation, but I don't need to raise the temperature. So what I will put it, I will not put it black, I'll put it what? White. So the answer, it will be white, not black. Now, is it white shiny? Yes, it is white shiny. Why? Because we have something that we said before, that good absorbers are good reflectors or emitters, that we are talking about dull black surfaces. So these dull black surfaces, they will absorb the most heat and to raise the temperature. I don't need that. So what I would say, the explanation, this surface is what? Is the best reflector, or you can say emitter of the heat radiation. And in this way, we are talking about reflection or emitter. Don't put this dash here, or okay, you have to write one of these words, okay, by heat radiation, or you can say infrared radiation. Okay, so we get the 2 ideas, okay, with the shiny surface to get also the other 2 marks, and like this we finish the whole 7 marks. That's it. Dr. Ahmad Al Faris, if you have any question, you can send it to me. يعطيك العافية بالتوفيق.